Did controversy help sell Sabrina Carpenter? The importance of a good storyline. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive in, I want to state categorically that Sabrina Carpenter is a talented young woman whose success cannot be 100% attributed to her past controversies. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, did controversy help push Sabrina Carpenter to the forefront of pop culture and help her gain mainstream attention? So who is Sabrina Carpenter? Born May 11th, 1999, she's a singer, songwriter, and actress. Her acting roles include the spin-off to the Boy Meets World, Girl Meets World on the Disney Channel, and the Netflix movie Tall Girl, but we don't talk about Tall Girl. Sabrina has been making music for almost a decade. She recently released her 6th studio album, and it seems like it's only now that she's getting her flowers. I've heard multiple reasons as to why she's finally getting her big break, and why her fan base is growing stronger and bigger by the day. Here are some of the reasons that I've come across. Number 1, she opened for Taylor Swift on her Eras tour. Number 2, she has this cheeky, feminine aesthetic that's refreshing to a lot of people. 3, she looks like Polly Pocket. 4, she had controversy with making a music video in a Catholic church and saying that Jesus was a carpenter. 5, she changed the lyrics at the end of her song Nonsense to match every city she was in and performances like at the BBC and saying, the BBC means something different in America than the UK. Those were the most notable to me. Let me know which ones caught your attention. So if you look at moments like that, you could say that she's been making a series of strategic moves to help push her music and connect with fans. But let's go back a bit further. In 2021, when Olivia Rodrigo released her song Driver's License, it was an instant smash hit and her career took off. But people were not only invested in this new breakout star, but also picking apart her lyrics to figure out who exactly she was talking about. When they found out that it was about her ex-boyfriend Joshua Bassett and that he was dating Sabrina Carpenter, who was blonde, as per Olivia's lyrics, it created a firestorm of backlash. Of course, because of the success of Olivia's song Driver's License, Good For You, Deja Vu, and quite frankly the whole Sour album, which won 3 Grammys, she cultivated a dedicated fan base who felt like they knew her and understood her pain. They could also relate to heartbreak, which was the theme of the album. And this led to fans, and to a smaller extent the general public, to send hate to Sabrina Carpenter for being, and I'm quoting her own lyrics, a homewrecker and a slut. She was seen as the other woman and part of the reason for Olivia's heartbreak. And so, as expected, her public image took a huge nosedive. Even though she's been making music for a long time and had been on the Disney Channel show, she didn't have a big enough or dedicated fan base to fight for her or push back against the negative perception that was placed on her. And in an attempt to get control of her own narrative, she made a song and music video in response to all the drama called Skin, but unfortunately it didn't really gain much traction. Maybe it wasn't catchy enough, or maybe people didn't really resonate with the visuals. But then she came out with Because I Liked a Boy from her album Emails I Can't Send, which is how I personally got introduced to her music. And there was something about the lyrics and the video that made me feel very sympathetic towards her. Even though I never sent hate to her or agreed with the bullying that she was receiving, I didn't pay much attention to her side of the story. But this song made me, and I think a lot of people, realize that it was crazy to hate on a young girl because of a boy that she wasn't even dating at the time of the release of Driver's License and his ex-girlfriend. It wasn't directly stated in Olivia's music that Josh cheated on her with Sabrina. Rather, after things ended with Olivia, he moved on to a new relationship with Sabrina. And I don't even think that Olivia's album or songs were meant to send hate to Sabrina or even Josh. She was probably experiencing her first love, and then the end of that. And then she probably found solace and healing in writing music. But the fans and internet are always looking for a bone to pick and how to entertain themselves with narratives, regardless of what's true and what's fake. So back to Sabrina. There was a vulnerability in Because I Liked a Boy that won me over and a lot of people over. We all know how misogyny affects women and how it's often paired with slut shaming and victim blaming. So with this song, I think that there was a shift in perception of Sabrina and the whole situation. People were able to put down their pitchforks, at least momentarily, to sit with the weight and meaning of her song and how the situation negatively affected her. With our attention now on her, people started looking to see what she would do next, especially with Olivia Rodrigo climbing the charts and winning awards. People were curious if Sabrina would be able to compete with Olivia, because women can't coexist without there being a winner and a loser. Then we got the music video for Nonsense, which was already trending on TikTok. It was like, oh, she's in this huge scandal and she poured her heart out in Because I Liked a Boy and Skin, but she can also be fun and make a catchy song. And just as people were about to look away, she released Feather. And it was clear, this girl is great. People liked her music and aesthetic, and she was beginning to have a track record of hits. So now, because of her success and newfound likability, she has enough fans who can now defend her, especially when people bring up the whole Olivia, Joshua, Sabrina situation. And so the people who are still invested in that old drama are now coming across her new music, her performances on stage with Taylor Swift, and her outfits. And now they're getting invested in her as an artist. And just when you thought that this was it for her and she just might fade into obscurity, she released Espresso. And that just sealed the deal. She is now a pop star and is here to stay. I have to say again that the controversy doesn't take away from her talent. But many people are talented and many people can make catchy music, but they don't always get that push and that connection with the audience. A huge reason, in my opinion, why Sabrina Carpenter was able to have this level of success, more specifically with Emails I Can't Send, is because there was a storyline. She had a narrative, the public attention was on her and she had their interest, and she was able to rewire that back to her and not only bring attention to her as an artist, but her music and aesthetic. I actually in part made this video because I was thinking about how Dove Cameron had a song called Boyfriend. It was pretty successful, it went viral, people were talking about it, and there was a hype around the music video and of course Dove as an artist. Everyone really liked her new aesthetic, but somehow her subsequent releases didn't really hit. She didn't get that interest from the audience long enough, even though she had the same Disney background as Sabrina Carpenter. Dove made a good song and it was catchy, but I think that people like to be told a story, they like to have an image. They like to feel part of an artist's journey. They want to be able to identify Easter eggs that relates to their personal lives and feel like they know what's really going on with them based on the music that they release. Even now, I see a lot of conversations about Sabrina and her relationship with Barry. Some people don't like him because they question his past relationship with his ex-girlfriend and the relationship that he has with his newborn son, and how Sabrina fits into all of that. While others like him because he's very supportive of her career. So when Sabrina released Please, 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 it wasn't just a song, but it was a chapter in her life that reflects her real life relationship. Again, there's great storytelling because it's art imitating real life, and people love a good story. And with that being said, this does bring me to the end of my video. These are my opinions. I'd love to know yours in the comment section down below. Like this video. Please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 400 subscribers, so if you enjoyed this video and would like more content, kindly consider subscribing. Again, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in my next video.